Very fascinating responses. And to be honest, I'm still recovering from our last interview with Julie Kihara from House in Bloom. And now we need to move on to something else. Of course, this is Valentine's and it's very exciting for a lot of people. But China has become probably the biggest market for everybody around the world. The United States is talking about it. I was watching Donald Trump the other day and he says China, the US should be worried about China. And if he were to become president, because he's considering running for president, he would impose an immediate 25% tax on all the goods from China just to allow the US to compete. So that is pretty much to give you an idea of the sort of threat the United States does view China as. And Kenyans increasingly are doing business in China. Kenya Airways has a direct flight to Guangzhou in China. That actually just has a quick termination. It quickly drops by Bangkok in Thailand and then actually flies to Guangzhou, which is it is in part of China that is very friendly to business. And therefore, I'm trying to find out exactly what is it in China that makes it so interesting, and also how do you behave? Because there are people that have the mannerisms, they have the ways, and somebody who would know that stuff is Sandra Rwese is with us. She's a certified instructor at Chinese business trainers. And what's it about China that's so engaging right now?
China is a very exciting market. As you rightly said, it has overtaken Japan to become the #2 economy in the world.
Yes.
All flights are leading to China. Hotels are preparing to receive Chinese tourists.
Right.
Banks are strategizing to gear up to serve the Chinese market. So it's a very vibrant economy, and that's why you can see the direction in which all business is headed towards the great People's Republic of China.
But but even if you're interested in doing business in China, don't just jump on a plane and go and do business. There's a way about it.
Yes, because the Chinese have been trading internationally for 3,000 years. So in 3,000 years, they have developed their own set of protocol, their own business etiquette. The way you approach them is totally different to what you would if you're dealing with a Western scenario.
Yes.
And so if you have studied an MBA or any other business studies course or any other commerce course.
And you think I'm set for business, I know this stuff.
Definitely you need the preparation training to prepare you to deal with them, because their protocol and their business etiquette and their negotiation tactics are very specific. And so you need to get the preparation in order to succeed in your interaction and also to smoothen out your relationship with them. If you want an ease of transaction and a flawless interaction with the Chinese, you need to understand them psychologically, socially, in terms of business etiquette, and then prepare yourselves now and prepare a budget as well to accommodate some of the activities you need to prepare for.
And this begins from the background research stage. Why is this important?
Yes, this is commonly known in Chinese as Liang Shou Junbei.
Whoa, let's say that I need to try and learn it.
Liang Shou Junbei.
Liang Shou Junbei.
It translates into double-handed preparation.
Right.
It is a tactic that the Chinese will use. They will study you as a company. They will study your staff members, their profiles, your company history. If you're listed in the stock market, they will study your activity. They will look through your annual reports, your financial reports, and understand you fully, 100%.
They need to know who they're dealing with.
Yes. Likewise, you need to do the same. You need to take time, even 3 months, just dedicating yourself and your team members to understanding and reading through every single piece of material they can touch on, and then understand what areas that they can benefit from, because the Chinese will be looking, unfortunately, for loopholes in your business interaction. Yeah, well, let's not use the word exploit, it's too harsh.
But basically to benefit from.
Yes, to benefit from. So you will be also needing to look at some of the loopholes and some of the areas in which they themselves may not have covered in respect to your law, the law of your country, and then fill those gaps by looking for ways to negotiate and get some pointers on that.
All right, so you've gotten that and you're going into China. You're a group of people, I'm told you need a team leader.
Yes, definitely. Nothing confuses the Chinese more than a group of Africans walking into a meeting without a team leader, without a point of reference.
They're all just there, we've come.
Yes, they definitely get confused because their structure is very hierarchical.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a strict pecking order, as they would call it. So they need someone who will act as a point of reference. This person will be responsible for bridging the gap between your own CEO and their business team.
Right.
This person will also be doing all the introductions. So you definitely need to choose a team leader, and you do that based on 5 different qualities.
Yes.
You're looking for diplomacy, you're looking for patience, you're looking for product knowledge. Okay, your team leader must understand every aspect of your company in and out, your services in and out, your company history, your profile, everything. The team leader also needs to understand Chinese negotiation tactics, of which there are several that I give through my training.
Yes.
And lastly, that person needs to have a fairly high rank. Okay, a junior officer cannot be posted as a team leader.
There'll have to be somebody.
Yes, rank and title are very, very important to the Chinese.
This specific, even how you dress.
Yes.
Why is that important?
Because there's what you call respectable colors.
What are those?
Those are dark gray, charcoal, black, of course, navy blue, and very deep burgundy.
No showy orange and yellow.
No, definitely the way I'm dressed today, it's only because it's Valentine's Day. But definitely, if I'm invited for a banquet or any official conference with Chinese delegates, I will definitely reduce the makeup and go with the respectable colors.
You must go for respectable colors.
Yes.
And then there's even a way to exchange business cards. When I was in China, I just give people my business card like this.
No, definitely. You do not use one hand, you use both hands, and you face the information towards your recipient.
So
So you use both hands and you face the card and the information towards you as the recipient.
So they'll pick it with two cards.
Yes, they will.
Two hands as well.
And please do not bow. This is the mistake people make.
Right, you don't bow.
Don't bow with
All right, let me try if I'm doing this right. I must face, this is my business card held up, so I must make sure that the information is facing them. And then I give it out like this.
Yes, xie, thank you.
Xie, which means thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Wow. And then there's a way to sit.
Definitely sitting arrangement. In fact, it begins with the way you walk into a meeting.
How do you do that?
You definitely have the team leader first.
Yes.
And then in order of rank and title, the following
From the
members.
senior-most person to the least senior.
Most senior. And then you face each other across the boardroom table with the seniors facing each other directly. And then on the left and right, going in terms of rank and order, you have the other staff members.
All right. There's also, you've got done your business deals and then you're invited for a social function. How do you carry yourselves around that?
Definitely, you have to be very careful with the type of communication. There are certain subjects you do not touch on. You don't touch on politics, you don't touch on religion. Those are very sensitive subjects. So when you, after hours, dealing with them, dining with them or going for a game of golf, you need to be very cognizant of the fact that there is no such thing as off the record. What you say during your social interaction with them will carry into and will find its way up to the CEO.
Right. So how do you eat? Because the Chinese food for me was very confusing. But what is the culture around food?
Wow, the Chinese really put a very serious importance on dining. Yes. Several meals are served in banquet style, usually sitting in a round table.
Right, and then you take the food around and you slide it and there's a head of a chicken
that's called,
there.
In English terms, that's called a lazy Susan.
Yes.
Yeah, so you go around choosing from your lazy Susan.
Yes.
You must eat everything because it's a great disrespect if you pick and choose something because you are not sure what kind of meat is this.
There's too many sauces. I don't understand.
Forget the sauces. You can bypass that, but you must touch on every dish that comes through because it is a great disrespect if you do not eat from each of the bowls that are served during your dining experience.
Okay, we have to wrap this up, but I'm told you must give a gift. Why?
Because it's part of relationship management and also showing your gratitude for them taking the time to be with you and to host you or to do business with you. So gift giving is very significant and only the most senior person in your team will do the gift giving. So your team leader or the CEO himself will be the one presenting the gift.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be expensive because that will be seen as a bribe.
Yes.
But it has to be something that represents your country, in this case, whatever represents your country, Kenya.
All right, Sandra Rwese, we'll leave it there. Very fascinating. We must have you on again. You must come back and speak with us.
Yes, definitely.
She's a certified instructor at China Business Trainers, and they give this sort of training to people who are going to do business in China. And it's been great speaking with her. We're coming into a break right now on PM Live. When we come back, we have the news at 1 here on NTV, everything that's been happening in your business, in your news world. And when we come back after that, of course, the Business Roundtable. But we'll be back here right now at KSCC to give you a bit more information before that happens. Do have a lovely afternoon. I'll be back in a bit.
Program Guide with Kimball, the heart of every